Nice. That was dope.
So that's number one in down market. You got to recognize when's the time to pull the trigger. Too many people. The worst financial mistake I ever made was hanging onto the market hoping that it would come back. It hurt me far more than anything I did agronomically.
So being here now, having lived through that and seeing today where we're at today, how would a guy combat that? How should I combat that?
I always used to say the best thing a farm needs to do is give over their marketing plan to a marketer and not make the decision himself. Or get a buddy and tell them what to do and they tell you what to do.
That's
and you'll
right.
be a lot more accurate.
Right. Ben does not listen to his own marketing advice.
No.
He's
too emotionally involved.
Yeah. I asked him to say, what do you think I ought to do? Or what do you think a guy ought to do? Well, I think I'd do this and this and that. And I'm like, okay, all right, go ahead and do it. And then pretty good. It's like, dang. That was pretty spot on.
Because your emotions play into your marketing too much.
Oh yeah,
If you're a farmer,
have got
it's
to
going
get
to.
Stroby on here to talk about grain marketing. It's like, this is good enough.
Mm-hmm.
This is good enough.
Well, they tell you to sell the board if you're happy with the price, and then if it takes off, then buy the board. But we talked last night, you got to have cash flow to do that too.
Right.
So take that
You
into
gonna borrow
account.
money to do it?
At 10%.
Yeah.
It better be good.
Well, that thing goes way
But
up.
I do know of people that are holding grain from last year under basis contracts that are trying to go into the following year, and they won't do it.
Yeah.
It's like you've lost your butt so bad on that deal, it's ridiculous.
Sure. So it used to be, my dad growing up always told me, historically, the best time to sell soybeans is May through July. That's the best time historically. Dude, I don't think that matters anymore. I think things have changed to where it's like the months don't even exist. What month?
I don't know.
Is.
I think best time to sell corn is May through June. But by the 15th of June, you better be something priced because that's going to be your high between May 1st to June 15th. ADM has studied this excessively, and they have these programs that price based off of that model, and they're pretty accurate.
Okay.
The only deal is they price so much a day. So take 45 days divided by the bushels you want to do, and they bam, 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 every day. You'll get the average in that range. So I think if you disconnect from that component of it and actually just price in that window, you're going to price so many, do a quarter or 10% at a time, you're going to do a little better. But the last 2 years, that's what I've been doing. It's been working really well.
Yeah. My thing is I've been contracting, like, say half my APH or a quarter of my APH, and then I get worried. We get these, it turns flooding, drought. It's like, gosh, am I even going to be able to fill this contract?
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, did the math last night, I'm over my contracted bushels. Currently, it looks like I'm going to be, at least on corn, well, crap.
That you have more bushels?
I'm going to have more bushels available than what I have contracted,
Mm-hmm.
which is good.
I don't think a guy should get too worked up about some of that.
No, because we focused on how to raise a profitable crop. I mean, we've talked. You said last night we should go back and replay some of the episodes from a year ago, and how do we raise corn in a $4 market? We had people tell us we were ridiculous. Like, bah, don't worry about that. Well, now it's $3.
Mm-hmm.
How do we raise corn in a sub $4 market? Or soybeans, or wheat. Well, next year I'm going to be heavy, and I planned, so I'm heavy this year on corn. I contracted more up front, and then knowing that next year I'm probably going to have, or this coming year, have some more wheat than usual, followed by double crop beans, and then my full crop soybeans are going to be heavier than normal. Because, I don't know, in our area, we make more money on soybeans than corn safely. If $10 beans, I know I can make money at $10 beans. More money than I can at $3.50 corn, $3.80 corn.
See, we're opposite. Make
Yeah.
way more money on corn than beans.
Yeah.
But our end users are right there.
Right. Mine's not.
Yeah.
Mine's not. So, I don't know. The ethanol plant, I guess, is back up and going. I was told. They got a bid available anyway on corn right now. They're 20 over. So anyway, I don't know. Just tell us we're gonna make it, Ben.
You're not gonna make it, Josh. I don't know. I just think the first thing a guy needs to do is look at the marketing plan. You're gonna lose way more in marketing than you are in agronomic decisions.
It seems like the high markets the last 18 months caused guys to get sloppy in thinking forward. Because I've talked to more guys that don't have anything contracted, like anything, than probably I've ever talked to or not, I've noticed before.
Because that's what happens. So I remember this of the last run, because I was one of them. Rode that thing down. There's going to be a market run. There's going to be a market run. There never was. That's when I started watching, especially, I can't remember, there's one deal 2 or 3 years ago, and we thought it would take off, and it never did. No matter who you talk to, it was old, terrible corn, but the market traded a huge crop, no matter what we did. That's when I was like, you know what, screw it. Nothing matters except for what they're pushing and what the economics for the country needs. Beyond that, it's irrelevant. The more and more we go, the more and more that seems to be the case. I think we're about to a stable point. We talked about that last night. Is it going to be $3.50, $4, or $4.50?
What's the new $2 corn?
Yeah, we're somewhere in this dollar range probably. I was always told a 2 billion bushel carry is a $4 market. Well, that's where we're just under 2. So it should be stabilizing about where we're at.
Sure.
But the market don't like Trump.
So when Tiberius, I don't know why I said that. Pay attention. The night Trump got shot, Ben calls me and goes, market's going down. Because he got shot. So markets closed, grain markets closed in the afternoon, had the rally. Trump got shot, then the markets opened that evening at 7 or whatever. In that time frame, Trump gets shot. Ben calls me, market's going down. I'm like, what? Trump got shot. I know. Market's going down. All right. I've known him long. We've done this long enough. I'm not going to just, okay. All right. Markets open up. Next 48 hours is an absolute bloodbath. Like mass death, red on everything. And I'm like, why? Why did it do that? Oh, great Jedi master. He's like, because, their markets are afraid that that there's this big revived spirit in America, which there was. People were like really pissed off and like united and we're going to win and everything. And this is before Biden dropped out. He didn't even know he was there, but that's okay. And so Trump looks like Trump's going to win. And, Trump, when his last presidency, grain markets sucked. And he was trying to get trade policy
equality,
reestablished.
essentially.
Yeah, bring back tariffs, and we're going to charge these people. And it caused the markets to go down because of lower business from other companies or countries. And so Trump gets back in. He's going to probably do the same thing that he tried to do before, reinstate tariffs and taxes on imported goods and so on and so forth. And so, the markets go down because we're going to have less grain sold on the global scale. Would you say that's a fair summary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Long-winded, sure, yeah.
Trump gets shot, grains go down. That's how Ben would put it.
And then Biden dropped out, and then I called you that night and said they'd take off, and they did.
They came back up some.
Yep.
Yep, they've stabilized at least.
Yep.
Because now the Democrats have a chance.
Yeah. It was a guaranteed deal for Trump before.
Oh,
now it's still probably likely, but it's at least not a landslide. I think he went to 80% likeliness to win.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 24
now,
hours.
I'm not sure what it is now, but I'm sure it dropped some.
Yeah. Well, so they did a prisoner exchange last night with some other countries, Russia and I don't know, some other people. It was really, I didn't watch the video while driving up here. Anyway, so they did this prisoner swap, and Biden was there. I thought Biden was dead, and maybe he's dead, and they just, Do you think he's dead? I don't know. I do think they brought in a fake Biden there when he had COVID, because I was like, dude, everyone was like, that is not Biden. Sorry, the dude grew like 6 inches, and he can actually turn his head now. But anyway, but they had Biden at the thing last night, and Kamala Harris and whatever, and of course Biden's walking around like, I'm like, okay, maybe he's not dead, because that looks like the old Biden. Anyway, but I have no idea where I was going with this. But they did this prisoner swap thing. Can you help me out here? He didn't have a clue.
I don't know.
Anyway, they did this prisoner swap thing. Is that it? Is that all I was talking about? Yeah, there's a swap going on. But it's the weirdest thing. These people are coming down the plane. It was the most, and they see their families, and they're like, I'm like, dude, if I just been sitting in a Russia prison for like 2 years getting tortured and whatever, I'd freaking jump out that jet. You know? The whole thing was kind of weird. That has nothing to do with farming or grain markets.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So
I'm waiting for the
punchline.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it. That's it.
Josh should be hysterical.
Yeah.
Check.
Ben, how's your corn look?
Depends on where you're at.
Your best corn.
It looks really good.
Okay. Dry land or irrigated?
Well, obviously irrigated. Dry land's pretty rough in spots.
Okay. And your worst corn?
Dry land.
So, but you had a, I don't know, a couple times this year you've been like, dude, we're going to pull the plug. And I think that's a super important thing of guys learning when to pull the plug on a crop. Because when do we stop putting inputs in?
That was Milo. That wasn't even corn.
I thought it was corn.
No, it
40
was
pounds
Milo.
in?
I don't know what you're talking about now.
I'm sorry.
Pulling a plug, abandoning fields? Is that what you're talking about?
You got 40 pounds in on corn.
I do on one, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good looking corn.
That's good looking corn.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Man,
Well, what's that have to do with pulling the plug?
I thought you were going to pull the plug on it.
He needs coffee or something, Aaron. He's like,
Russian
I gotta feel
Jets
I've-
and Ben didn't quit.
yeah,
There's our podcast title.
Russian Jets and Ben didn't quit.
The Russian Jets, Ben didn't quit. All right, I don't know. Go ahead.
So, we were talking about abandoning a circle of Milo
Yes.
that we can't seem to pull it out of its stress, no matter what we do. Water it, and one day it's burning up again.
Fertility.
Yeah, it just won't come out of it. But the reason we didn't pull the plug is because there's a Milo program. And so Milo's taken off. Actually, in our area, Milo's worth more than corn now.
Okay.
And so it's what point do you hurt corn in order to increase Milo or abandon Milo? The problem is also it's 375 acres that's all tied together on the insurance. So if you let go of 125, the other 250 might still raise you out of a loss. And that's something that I always talked about watching out for.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've done in the past is, okay, we're going to irrigate this one, and these two are looking less likely. So what's the approach to try to make sure that you're guaranteeing yourself a win? Would be to certify some as irrigated and some as dry land. So then, in the insurance side, you separate. Does that make sense at all?
No.
You can't divide the section. It's all
Right.
the same unit,
Right?
even if it's optional unit.
Sure.
So you have to divide the practice in order to divide the crop.
Okay.
Sure.
Got it. Some of it's dry land.
You farm where it rains and you never have claims. So I farm where you plant based on how good the claim will be.